And you gonna murder this one and murder that one. Talking all that bullshit. I'm gonna put it to you like this, yo.
This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my only friends, which includes, but is not limited to, my boy Guapo, because he's the only one that's paying attention and like actually ready to receive.
I thought for sure you were throwing it to me.
I was, and then you weren't ready. You're moving mics and shit. I didn't want to hear your bullshit. Landon's over there playing some type of like classic clans over there.
I've been ready, bro.
Connie, you want to know where the nicest, most wholesome place to go on a first date is?
Oh, where's that?
I was thinking about it, and I think Topgolf would be kind of cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
I really thought you were going to say like Sapphire or Crazy Donkey or something like that.
That's for me. I'm just saying for regular folks.
Oh, okay. What made you think that?
I was just thinking.
You were just
What
thinking like
about-
what a normal person would do on the first date?
Yeah.
Would you ever be a pink pony girl? Take them to the Pink Pony Club?
The fuck is
I
the
don't-
pink
I don't know-
pony?
I don't know what this is.
Where are we going?
Come
with
on.
this?
You
Go
gotta
on.
bail me out here. You don't know either?
Lost me, man.
It's like this viral song.
Wow, this camera. Normally, this little table is.
Oh yeah,
off.
we don't like this angle one bit, but we're
Yeah,
gonna live with it.
We need a closer shot.
More straight on would be nice, I think. But
I
you know,
can
hey,
like
we're gonna
normally
live.
look at my phone like this, like off screen, but
mean,
now at the table.
At least we have BSH's beautiful umbrellas in the background.
Parasols.
It's
Parasols.
okay. Yeah, parasols. I can't think of who sings it because I always use the abbreviation. It's RC. But it's like the latest TikTok wave is I love everything about the artist name, RC, whatever, taking straight middle-aged white men and turning them into pink pony girls. And there's just like clips everywhere of like construction workers and plumbers and like, I'm a pink pony girl.
What the
I think
fuck?
we need. I think
did
we
not
need
see
a.
this one coming.
We need a reference.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, you know
can't-
what?
No, you can't say this and then we don't have
No,
one.
I was gonna say we can't play the song because we'll get demonetized. But you know what? Fuck it. It's for the people today. We can stand demonetization.
We
Just
can lose $20.
just search. Go to YouTube Shorts, Guapo, when you get a chance, and search for Pink Pony Club or Pink Pony Girl. I think I'm not even positive.
I don't know what's about to pop up here,
But I posted one of them, Bob and Tom from the Bob and Tom show on Kiss 96. Yeah, this is the song. Yeah. Now find a video of like a fat middle-aged construction worker. I promise you, if you're on YouTube Shorts, you will find dozens of them. Or you can just search like, actually one of the better ones that I posted yesterday is Kiss 96, Pittsburgh, Bob and Tom.
He's done found one.
I don't know what he's found. He's on a race car. You know what? Maybe I should be the one looking. just feel like this is a giant error on my behalf.
Shout out to Leo Rod. He said, "What the fuck is on Berkey's algo? You don't want to know, honestly." As somebody that's
Pink
second,
Pony Club.
I'm locked into the Zoomer generation, guys.
Someone that second-handedly sees his algorithm. You don't want to be there.
you guys should see the way I spelled pony. This is not good.
Pony?
You're P-O-N-I-E, bro.
Yo, this self-reporting.
Peonies?
The self-reporting.
Oh my god, he didn't even put
stop.
pink. I get to see our search, by the way. He put Pin Pony Club and didn't spell a single fucking word right. Oh man, this is
Andre's
incredible.
always making fun of me at the office because I'll ask Siri how to spell like probably the most basic words, but it is what it is.
It is, once I heard him say, "How do you spell poker?"
Stop. I did not.
All right, let me get through the shorts. What were you just asking me about 1
How to
second
spell
ago?
pony?
No, prior to that.
What were we talking about?
Wholesome first dates?
No, wow, you're going way too. I mean, that's such a leap. That was 6 minutes ago.
I mean, that was the topic
Literally
right
right before he
I'll just be quiet.
chimed. No.
that
it's
was
fine.
the topic before you brought up ponies.
I was saying something when he told me he can't spell ponies correctly, and I don't know what that something was any longer. But okay, while we're finding this clip, if you guys are a member and you want to partake in today's, it was about my algo. I'll get back to that.
Okay.
If you guys want to partake in today's call-in show, I've posted the call-in link on our community page. So if you just go to the community tab, everybody who has a membership should be able to see that link. We'll be taking calls probably in the next 15 minutes or so, give or take. But yeah, about my algo, I'm fucking tapped into Gen Z, and I'm currently exploring Gen Alpha. Okay.
This is way too many like shorted words for me. I don't know what any of this. What is Gen Z? What is
Gen Z? Is Landon.
Okay.
It's Landon, and slightly younger. He's like an elder Gen Z.
I got lucky. I saw like an Instagram reel. It's like kids from 1997 to 2001 like had like the best time. It's true. Like I went outside with my friends before the video games and all that stuff happened. I got to like Super Bowls. Like those things are fucking cool, But like the next generation, like what is it? The Zoomers? Are they Zoomers? Zoomers didn't get that shit.
You are the Zoomer.
Is Gen Z Zoomer?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So
bro.
what's after me?
After is Gen Alpha. They're gonna be a handful.
They're cooked.
They're gonna be a handful. But I have to tell you, I'm in. They're using words like demure. I mean, this is a lot for like a 9-year-old.
No, that wasn't a 9-year-old, bro. That was like a 20-something-year-old that was talking about their makeup on. You know the origin of this?
I don't know the origin. I just know it's passed on to Gen Alpha now.
Because
much like mewing and all this other.
A girl was talking about doing her makeup for work, and she used that word like very demure, very mindful, very cutesy.
Yes,
so
you're locked in as well. I can see.
What else do you want me to do with my time?
To be fair, my algo is largely influenced by the shit that Landon sends me.
And mine is influenced by people that are not in the immediate friend group.
Right.
Damn sure it didn't come from this friend group.
Yeah, it didn't come from this friend group, that's for sure. But yeah, so they're the TikTokers. I get my stuff on Instagram. I don't use I'm like the cool one. We're like the cool ones that like we don't use TikTok. We don't get our trends from there. We get them 2 weeks later from the people that are on TikTok that then post them to Instagram.
Right, but the beauty is by the time they get to us, they've been filtered, so we only get the best of the best.
Yeah, we get the good ones. Yeah, slay. Yeah, slay. Yeah, I know all these words. Yeah, this is us for sure.
No, this is you.
This is me.
Yeah, it's
but like I'm still in tune with like the alphas brain rot, if you will. This is like Gen Z brain rot, like all these terms. But like I don't know. I'm scared when like I don't know those terms anymore, like what people are talking about, because it means now I'm out of the loop. Right. I can't have that happen.
It's coming for you, buddy.
That's when you download TikTok.
But it's kind of not though, in the sense of Instagram. Like social media is always going to exist. So like all of the new stuff, I'll still see because I still have Instagram and I still have friends that use TikTok. Like it's not like a new social media platform that only the new kids use.
That's true.
Yet.
Well, all that's true, but at some point, my G, it becomes cringe. Brother, ooh.
At some point it becomes, I don't know, man.
Hold on a second, guys. What's Chuggy?
Chuggy?
I don't really know about that one. That one kind of like missed me. Everything else I know.
Do you know what it is, Matt?
I've heard
click the drop down.
I've heard it said a lot, but no, I don't know. We could actually do a quiz on this. Oh yeah, it's like not based.
Uncool.
It's
cringe.
Unbased.
It's basically cringe.
It's cringe. Yeah, it's cringe, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's basically
that word is fucking cringe.
It is. I would just say
Chuggy?
cringe. Yeah, I just say cringe.
He's chuggy.
Yeah.
It sounds racist. Does it not?
Sounds down bad. I'll tell you that much.
Am I wrong?
Down bad is great. Down bad was Gen Z though.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't down bad.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Like sick was like your generation.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't do any of this Ohio skibbity toilet riz.
Yeah, that's alpha.
The skibbity thing is bad.
That's after me.
I sent you guys one to the group chat yesterday where it was a dad trying to
food.
It was so good, man. I'm sure he wrote like the full script out before he did it, but his context was like incredible. Like I started to understand the entire vernacular. I'm like, okay, I can not get behind this, but I'm starting to at least understand it to some degree. It's tough. I can't find any. God damn it, man. This is the only problem with Instagram and, well, I guess to some degree TikTok, is they don't translate to, of course they don't, because we're goddamn fucking cringe old people. But they don't translate to the webs. we don't just easily get the web page, if you will. Oh shit! But I found it.
I found it.
You found the thing that you were trying to show us earlier?
I found the thing I was looking for. It's on the TikTok.
It's always on TikTok, man.
Oh wait, no.
The TikTok?
This is them doing a switch. It just looks like this is a very continuing bit. Oh, Chapel Rowan. Okay.
Chappelle Rowan.
Chappelle Rowan. Roan. Okay.
Chaperone.
Don't fucking. Oh, Chaperone.
It's not her name. Her name is Chappelle. Her name is Chappelle Roan.
Right, but is it a play on Chaperone?
No, her name is just Chappelle Roan.
But is it really?
Yeah.
Brandon? Is it really?
Yeah, it's like her, Billie Eilish, and Sabrina Carpenter. They're like the it girls right now.
Yeah, but I feel like Billie Eilish is
Billie
Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Today we're just gonna have Berkey read names.
Look, I've had way too much caffeine.
It sounds like you.
I've had way too much caffeine. All right, Guapo, I'm sending it to you.
Chappelle.
I feel like Billie Eilish is more your gen. Like she's older.
A little bit.
Well, she's more established. She's been around.
Number one song right now that is repeat in my car, Chapel Roan, Red Wine Supernova.
Scroll down.
Get to know ya. Yes, I didn't quite think it through. I fell in love with the thought of you.
Click on the one that says Pink Pony Club. Right to the right.
Top right.
Sorry,
Take a look at us. It doesn't
we
look
didn't let
like
it
we're in
hit,
the Pink
but-
Pony Club. You wouldn't expect us to be. I'm 6'9". Bob's a big
Continue
man with a
without
mustache.
login, please.
We make the human number 10 when we stand next to each other. You see us walking down the street, you go, pff, those
And then
guys ain't
scroll
in the
down.
Pink Pony Club. Not those guys. What have you done? You're a Pink Pony girl. And you got to the club, oh mama. Ah, just having fun. On the stage in my heels is where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
How's Lamanna not here for this?
He really does need to be here. This is Lamanna.
Landon Shorts over here.
This is literally Lamanna in the car every day.
Pink Pony.
All right, you guys don't understand this. This is a big part of my childhood. So Bob and Tom have been on the air in Pittsburgh for like 25 years.
Okay.
It's been this bit since fucking 1997.
Just screaming random songs.
Literally nothing's changed. They're the same human beings. They're just in their 40s now instead of their 20s. And I couldn't enjoy this anymore. It's a complete like TikTok, Instagram trend. I saw a plumber today doing it, like shirtless. I saw a construction worker doing it while he's like nailing up drywall.
I mean, the songs are bangers, bro.
It's just a corner of the internet that I'm completely here for. I saw one because I was like, what exactly is the origin of this song? Like, is it about like, you know, being a stripper? Is it about being a part of the LGB? I'm gonna get all the letters wrong, but is it about being gay or like what's the origin of this? And I saw another guy who was like same thing, like 40, drinking a beer or whatever, and he's like, look, I know that I don't fit the right crowd. I'm not a part of the community, and he put the pride flag up. But I'd love to be an honorary member, and he just starts belting it out at the top of his lungs. Like,
Yeah.
man, we're just all here for this.
Chappelle is for the girls, the gays, and the allies.
I just want to let you
Okay,
know.
okay,
I want
yeah.
to let you know that EFro's wife is screaming at you right now.
Why?
And me?
Because you are incorrect, Landon.
What are you talking
For the first time in history of Matthew Berkey, he was correct
About
when he said
Chapel?
like
Okay.
the church.
No way.
This is true. This is what EFro's wife is saying. And you
Good.
know what? We trust EFro's wife.
Good, because there's only one Chappelle as far as I'm concerned, and it's a huge mistake. Huge mistake to try to
Her name
replicate
isn't
that
even
name.
that. Her name is Kaylee Rose
No
Amstutz.
shit, Sherlock.
Known
You thought her real
professionally-
name was Chapel Roan?
Chappelle Roan.
Your ass
Chapel.
is Chappelle.
I'm just reading it through the pronunciation thing on here.
Well, you're wrong.
We're learning things here.
EFro's wife is never wrong. We're going to let you know this now.
This is a banger, though.
Since we're properly kicking off the late night pod, as one does. By the way, thank you guys all for tuning in for this. What is going to be an epic podcast. This one's going to go down in history. There might only be a couple hundred of you in attendance, but the ones who miss it on replay are going to wish they were here for the live thing.
I thought her name was actually Chappelle.
Incredible.
The more you know.
You know, Prince's real name, not Prince.
Really?
It was just a symbol.
The artist formerly known.
Somebody else who, well, the person formerly known as Prince, too. Somebody else who believed he was in the late night slot today, but actually was in primetime afternoon slot. One Pat McAfee, fellow Yinzer, got fucking obliterated on air today during his show from Dublin.
Dude, he had fucking Twitter popping. Everybody's like, this is the drunkest you will ever see anybody on ESPN.
He like came right out of the show, like intro, and was just like, I'm on 100 milligrams of THC. I've been drinking all night long.
Landing in Dublin, Ireland, and it wasn't the Irish lad. It wasn't the Iowan booze bag. It wasn't the meathead from Ohio, even though we were on about 200 milligrams because we were told we shouldn't let any edibles get to the entire thing.
Sure.
It was me drinking the extra stot. So last night, we had a great time, a great introduction, but I did put Seamus to bed last night.
A lie. You're drinking the slops. The slops. You drank the slops. This man is an active imagination, guys. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Americans, you know, they run away with themselves.
I can't believe Niall got on
Dublin, Ireland.
McAfee show.
I gotta tell you, bro, Niall wishes that's what he was looking like. That was the most sober he was for the entire show.
Yeah.
There was a point where he almost threw up. He changed his shirt mid camera shot, like on air, just stripped down, no big deal. What a wonderful thing. The internet's a beautiful place. It's become completely unhinged, and we're right in line. We're ready to join the club. So for anybody who's just tuning in, I kind of mentioned it before. We put a link up on the community page. If you're a member, you have access to that link. We're going to start taking call-ins here in a few minutes. We're basically going to break it down into a couple segments. We're going to do like a hand history segment at the end. So if you have an interesting spot that you want us to go over, basically in the muck, if you will, we're going to go ahead and run with that. We're going to do a little who's cooking of the audience. We want to know who got a little something out there to celebrate.
If you got to brag, let us know.
Yeah, we want to
talk about it.
We want to know what your small win of the day was, or a big one if you got one. Because I got to tell you, I could use one right now. I got a lot of L's piling up. And we might do something else a little bit fun in between. Before we get to that, one thing I want to touch on from the, I guess, news and notes section, if you will. Thomas Keeling tweeted today that there's a little bit of drama over there in the ACR street.
I saw that. And you know what? I'm not sure if it has anything to do with ACR.
I thought he meant Ignition at first.
Yeah.
Because everybody's getting stiffed.
Well, the thing is, I think it's the same umbrella. I think it's the agency that's stiffing. The same agency that stiffed El Lando. I think I think also might have stiffed Ludwig. If you scroll down a little bit, Jamie Staples says, I'm just curious, is this because of the agency that's basically stiffing everyone?
That's stiffing their clients, right?
Yeah. So I'm curious if that's the reason why this happened. And it kind of sucks because it's not a good look for ACR. I'll tell you that much. Like,
yeah.
I'm not sure exactly the full story.
To be fair, he also said he was having a hard time getting his money, but he also said that he wasn't getting his money. So two different things.
What I took out of this when I watched it.
Well, let's roll the clip real quick so that they have some context.
Yeah.
Now, you might think I regret it because I was promoting gambling or something. I didn't give a fuck about that. I think poker's a dope game. I think anyone should be allowed to play poker if they're of age and have enough funds and money and understand the game, of course. So I actually don't have a problem with that at all. The reason I regret it is because that company refused to pay me out, and the money that I earned playing poker, because I won a bunch of tournaments, I would then gamble on their site, and it was so fucking hard to pull the money out. And so if it's hard for me, it means it's hard for the other people who I was promoting it to play poker. And so I stopped working with them because I think they're kind of a dog shit site. That's my one probably regret for
what I understood from that basically was
bad idea.
Bad idea. What I understood from that basically was he won money while he was playing on the site, and it seems like he might have went to the casino and just kind of got slow paid, just through limits and stuff like that. But it also seems to me that he didn't get paid for an engagement or something along the lines that he was doing.
The engagement's what I understand, because there's a follow-up from Keeling who said another big streamer, Pay Money Wubby, who worked with ACR in 2022, said he hasn't been paid for a poker sponsorship deal that is currently being litigated. And the quote says something to the effect of, if this is a reference to the money I was receiving from my poker sponsorship, I've yet to receive any money. And this is something that's being litigated currently.
Yes.
So this is very similar to what happened with Landon and Ignition. And you guys are right. Like the root cause of that was a third party marketing firm that was basically handling all of this, that either went belly up or ran away with the money or got fired and didn't follow through. But in any event, ultimately, I think Landon was rugged on a quarter's worth of money, or was it just 1 month?
It was just a month.
Okay, so it was just a month, but it was still a substantial amount. It seems like this is something very similar in the same vein.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe this is within ACR's hands, maybe it's not, but I got to tell you, like, as somebody who runs a small business that obviously hires a lot of third-party contractors, you're very, very responsible for the shit that they do.
No,
so,
absolutely.
like, if I hired a third-party marketing team and they were running a giveaway of some sort and they just pulled the plug on it or something like that, like, that's going to be on me. I'm going to have to follow through and make good on whatever it was that they had promised.
I'm curious at what, how far do they reach out in a situation like this? Like, are they reaching out to the company as an ACR, or like in Landon's case, Ignition? Or is it that they're just solely reaching out to the people that hired them, basically the agency?
I have to imagine this has been run up the flagpole.
I would think
to ACR. I mean, like just knowing like what Landon's gone through to try to litigate this.
My thing is, I also think they would just pay it out to one of the biggest streamers in the world.
I don't know, man.
Like,
I mean, Alex just tweeted that ACR hasn't paid her for sponsored streams from over a year ago, and it's true for dozens of creators.
Right. So it's like this.
But like they were working with Endgame Talent at the time, right?
No way. Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
They were, right? That's who like got all this stuff to happen.
Really? Oh yeah.
Which is under, I'm pretty sure.
No idea.
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty certain. And so for those who don't know, that was Scott Ball's project that
In before Scott gets mad at you.
I don't care.
I just
he already has a text.
But there was a lot of like clouding, or there was a big cloud of a black cloud, if you will, around that whole company at one point. I remember Matisal like came public and said something about something, and then Helmuth came public and said like no, everything is all good. But yeah, that would make sense because I know Scott and Nagy have a very close working relationship. But like the fact that they're willing to let these guys go public, I mean, like, listen, you hired these people because they have influence.
Yeah.
Right? You hire these people because they have a big reach to your specific audience.
Yep.
You're paying all this money to them because you expect it to lead to CTAs.
Exactly.
So the inverse of that is obviously like a massive negative free roll if you're withholding payment to the exact platform that you thought could bolster your brand to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of
They should be able to do as much damage as good.
Even if not more.
If not more,
yeah,
right.
I think if not more, then they're going to do is damage-wise. I think it's wild because, like, it doesn't matter what the end price is. Like, whether it's $1 million, $2 million, that doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
they have such a big reach. It really doesn't matter. If they're saying you're not paying, a lot of people are going to take that to heart. What are you laughing about, Landon?
I just love that mainstream streamers are having issues with this ACR.
It makes him
It's
so much happy. He's like, God damn, man.
Baby, not the only one that got wrong.
Like that fucking 18K is never coming back, but at
Yeah.
least I'm not alone.
I'm part of the cool kids now. You know, the ones that got scammed.
Landon's like, hey, do you guys want to start a group chat?
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Wait, do you guys want to do a private game? Let's start
ain't me,
that
dog.
game.
That ain't me, dog. I don't want to do all that.
Oh man, yeah, that's
I just love the tea. You know, I'm just one of the cool kids now.
I get it. Like, yeah, you're far enough removed where you already wrote that money off. Now you can just kind of wallow in their misery a little bit.
Nah, they're all doing all right. I'm
Sure. I mean, that's fair.
But it's principally, you know, like the mainstream people are like, you know what, like I don't like this. I'm not with, but it's bad for it's bad for poker to a degree, right? When like people actually have like influence to more people than most in the poker space as a whole, are kind of saying, hey, like this online poker platform like hasn't paid me out. I don't recommend playing poker.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just bolsters the narrative of like underground, like seedy gambly kind of nonsense versus like the game is like a skill game of like, oh, like poker's still cool, like Ludwig was saying, but the site doesn't seem very trustworthy.
Right.
It doesn't
Not a good look.
It doesn't make it seem like you play and get paid to other people.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes it seem like cashing out is
normal person.
impossible.
Exactly, to the normal person. It seems really bad. Like,
It's like if like a really high status person is on their site, not able to get their money, why would it be easier for you?
Yeah, exactly.
As an
The general
anonymous-
consumer.
the funny part is it's just really like a catch-22 because like anything that gets paid out like under 10K or something like that would be instant.
Sure.
Like, for the most part.
Sure.
So it's kind of funny.
The public can't know that, obviously.
No, of course not. They have no idea about that.
Right.
Yeah, like who knows how much it is, but like me personally, I've never had any issues with, like withdrawing money off of ACR.
Nobody has.
And no one ever has.
Right, but like to new consumers, this is very low in consumer
it's
confidence.
probably not an ACR thing versus like the agency they worked with thing.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry. Do you know if your Ignition contract was through Endgame?
It was not through Endgame.
Okay.
It was through this company called Rumble. But I think what ended up happening is that Rumble's not existent anymore. And then Ignition paid Rumble for a budget, and then Rumble was supposed to pay me. But now that Rumble's like gone, no one's left to pay me. So I got scam FC'd on that route. But hey, you win some, you lose some.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's just life.
Unfortunate. I would hope to see that now that this is kind of public, ACR does things correctly.
I mean, hey man.
Or you know what? It's their problem is with the third party, and they should probably make do with all these streamers.
All I'm gonna say is like my slots tweets doesn't exist anymore just because I didn't get paid in the full. You know.
What is the purpose of going through a third party anyway?
I think they're just saying, hey, like you have money for marketing
to do like all the vetting.
Yeah. They have relationships as well.
Right.
Like,
but the funny thing is like
I can't even
that third party.
That a company like ACR is making pretty decent money that they would have their own marketing team. Like,
well, the irony is with Landon, that third party then contacted a fourth party in Tom and above the felt talent to acquire Landon services. So it's like this giant go-between.
It's like watering down responsibility to somebody.
Yeah, which happens all the time, sure. But, in this particular instance, like there should be a fail-safe for like when they make off with the money. You know what I mean? Like they need to be processing everything as well.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like my contract with Ignition probably never even happens without Rumble in the first place. And the only reason why Rumble knew me was because I was doing some work with a friend of mine named Frosty who used to stream a lot on Twitch, but isn't streaming anymore. So it's not like I'm really like upset or like mad about the way things ended, but this never happens without the third party agency. But I think that third party agency is now gone.
Yeah, right. That's fair.
And here we are.
Okay, here we are.
It ain't just me, baby. Alex and Ludwig, join the crew.
All right, here we are. We are going to take some of your calls once we get out of this Poker Out Loud promo. So we're going to start off with who's cooking. I want to hear from the audience. I want to hear some wins that you guys have, or perhaps like some of the coolest moments that you may have had in your poker journey thus far, maybe celebs that you've met, sick pots that you've played, anything along those lines. We're going to come back out of this Poker Out Loud promo with a little who's cooking.
I think we actually want cards like this to try to bluff. Sometimes, even though you feel like you're going to get called, doesn't mean you shouldn't try. This can go pot and just rep ace-x.
We don't have to call as far down with being multi-way.
Having a pair here allows us to call here some of the time, so I'm going to call this time.
How do I know? Yeah, thought so. An idiot can't help himself. So does that make me the idiot? Maybe.
You got me to fold a better hand.
Yeah, I got the guy that plays good poker to fold, the guy that plays like an idiot to call. Exactly what I thought was going to happen. Like, you're going to fold like a hand that might have been a pair, like a jack.
I had a jack.
And then he just has an 8, and he's like, you know what, like, he fucking bluffs too much.
You guys are fun.
So it's like, I can't breathe. Hey, you shouldn't. You should just stop, actually. Hand was exactly what I said was going to happen, which is why I didn't want to do it in the first place, but I knew I didn't have a choice. And exactly what I said happened was going to happen the way it did. I said, Sam's going to fold probably like a reasonable hand, and Matt's going to call with a hand that should probably never call or do something else. And then Sam folded a reasonable hand, and you called a hand that should never fucking call. I'd rather you fucking raise your hand.
Oh, man,
why? He has the best hand.
Yeah, why?
He's nuts.
I could have like a shitty flush and then fold.
Maybe you fold. You're standing. You're not going to fold.
It's hard to fold when you're standing.
Yeah, you either check call it or you bet call it.
I said exactly what was going to happen, and it happened. So like, I was mad that I didn't get the result that I wanted, but I knew what the result that was going to happen.
The best part of all of that was after he gets his shots in at me directly, and I start laughing so hard, he knows that like I'm not the audience anymore, right? So he starts appealing to Sam and then just continuing to take shots at me. Like, you get it, right? You're a good player. You can validate what I'm saying.
You're not an idiot like this one over
No
here.
fucking choice. I had 5 high.
This guy's fucking Skibbity Ohio Riz.
He fucking folded the person that probably had a call found a fold, and the person that should never find a call found a. It's actually fucking bullshit that you rivered a goddamn pair.
That was unlucky.
Yeah.
That part was very unlucky for you. But hey, man,
So
here
good.
you are. If you guys want to catch up on season 10, I believe 10 or 11?
Who gives a shit?
11.
Wow,
Season
so many
11.
Who gives a shit?
Season 11. If you guys want to catch up on season 11, be sure to check it out on Salt for Y TV. You can hit hashtag S for Y in the chat. That'll give you the link. If you're not signed up already, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. You know, we can only do so much. We got Poker Out Loud, 11 seasons on there. It's out twice a year. We got On Second Thought to accompany it, so we can look this up.
When are we playing again?
Probably.
And by we, I mean not me. I said I was done.
I want to play.
I do too.
I'll
man.
take
Come
Landon's
on.
seat.
Let's get some water,
I mean,
man.
these guys want to play, man. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm gonna announce academy dates next week, so we're probably gonna have academies either end of October or mid-November.
Spooky Academy.
Which if we film another Poker Out Loud this year, it'll be during that time. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if Conrad and Guapo get in there.
What?
Maybe we get you in there.
I'm in there.
Maybe,
Let's go.
Maybe this is the first season that I don't play.
See you later. I do want your chips though.
It could be the one. Not to say that I'm too good or that I'm very good for the game, but I'm pretty good for the game.
You give me all your chips all the time. I love playing with you.
I don't know if there would be any comedy without me, to be quite honest.
I mean, you can always just watch Landon.
We're fucking.
You just leave the camera on Landon's eyes.
All right.
Like he just spazzes all the time. It's so great.
All right. We're gonna start to take some call-ins. Let's roll. Do you got the Who's Cooking set up for us or no?
I do not have it.
Oh, okay.
Man, we haven't seen that thing in a while.
Man, it was almost like it was meant to be. All right. Well, I guess in lieu of the intro, we can start with who's not cooking, or maybe who's cooking. It depends on your opinion. And I'd like to hear everybody's here, and we can poll the audience as well. But today, the Wynn announced that they are eliminating straddles at the 510 and 1020 no limit hold'em level.
Okay.
So from now on, those will just strictly be 2 blind games. But I sent you a link, by the way. But they will include an ante now.
Okay, that's interesting.
Kind of a win.
Yeah, that seems like a W. And I wonder how much it changes like between straddle and ante, like of making the game bigger. Because we know like straddling makes the game twice the size.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the effect for ante is. So like when we play 510, it's now 1020 basically.
No.
What? When there's a straddle?
Oh, well, with a straddle, yeah, but not with an ante.
Yeah. No, I understand. I'm just saying, what do you think the equivalent is with an ante?
I don't know. The antes don't necessarily, like when the antes are capped at 1 big blind, they don't necessarily make the game bigger, but they make the game looser.
Okay, yeah.
That's the main difference.
That would make sense.
Is that, which in turn obviously makes the game more aggressive. There's more money to fight for.
Yeah.
So you'll see maybe a higher standard deviation when you're looking at the variance of an ante game versus a non-ante game. I personally, in the past, I would have said this was terrible because I grew up pre-solver and antes were the way that you made games splashier, made games better. But I actually think this is a very, very good change. And there's still a lot of room to get what you wanted to get out of the straddle, if not even make it better. And this is something I've been suggesting a lot when I play televised games, because a lot of the recreationals hate the straddle. I think you can just do a round of double ante.
Ooh, I like that.
Which is way better. Double ante, triple ante, whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like just feed the pot with more dead money. And it doesn't.
You mean per player? Or just
it's always the big blind
like
that does
so it'd be 2x big blind ante or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you could do per player.
No, per player is too tedious.
I mean,
you could add it all up and then put it in, but it should always just be the big blind posting. Like we're far past the days of everybody anteing.
We've moved past that.
But with the straddle, it does this like crippling effect to the first blind. And that's not true in a 2 blind game, which I think is pretty important. You don't want to like shut these positions out altogether. And you definitely don't want them to respond with like only 3-bet or fold.
Or like limp raising and weird nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of can happen, I guess, because stacks can get shallow. So the other thing that makes a lot of sense to me here is they cap the game now. So 1020 is now 2K to 10K, and 510 is 1K to 3K.
That's what it is now?
Yeah. So pretty big discrepancy between the games.
Was 510 always 3K cap? I feel like it was.
Well, it depends what you want to qualify as always.
To the
recently,
the most
yes.
recent rules.
Yeah, recently it's been 3K.
Okay.
And a lot of the places around town are playing with the caps. I think Bellagio is now 2,500. Aria might be 5K now. They were 3K, and then they might have gone all the way down to like 2K, but now I think they're up to 5K.
I think you're right about that one. And Bellagio used to be 1,500, right? It was 100 big blinds.
Well, it was 1,000 forever,
less.
and then it was 1,500.
Yeah.
But they've abandoned trying to run the 1020 game.
Okay.
So they've upped it to 2,500. They still have the capacity to run the 1020, which does play with an ante for what it's worth.
Okay.
It's 1020 with a 8K cap.
Okay.
You're still able to straddle there. So if the straddle ends up being a determining factor, people will migrate back to Bellagio, I assume. But I think they're cooking.
I think it's a good idea. Like, I remember I asked earlier what the exact reason would be for this, and you said to protect the higher stake games.
Right.
Which makes a lot of sense. And like this, it kind of includes like, it makes recreationals happy, I think, in the long run. Because like you're not doubling the stakes at every game.
I think it's just setting a good precedent because I think a lot of poker room managers are afraid to add the ante because I think that they believe recreationals hate it.
I mean,
but it's one of those things that like once it becomes more standardized, they'll love it.
I would think that it's more of poker room managers not being aware of the thought of an ante in a cash game over than being scared of implementing.
No, it's okay. You can come back now.
Sorry, our meeting ended because we were on idle, so I had to crack it back open.
Oh shit! Yeah, so
same link.
I hope so.
Me too. So I'm guessing we don't have anybody waiting.
No, we didn't have anybody waiting before. So
Jesus Christ! What are you guys doing to me?
All right, somebody call in. Quick,
Somebody
Dean,
call
get
in.
us in there.
Let's go. Where's JJ?
JJ's in there. JJ, what's popping?
We'll just do a Jersey Joe section. I'm fine by that too.
Everybody's fine by a Jersey Joe section.
Yeah, I think that. So I talked to Sean about this whenever they split the lower stake games in Bellagio, and I suggested McCormick.
Like 3 months ago.
I think it was before the summer, but yeah. Okay. I suggested it was a good idea to test where currently Bellagio has a 2-5 game, or maybe it's 3-5, I don't know.
It's 2-5.
And it's capped at, I think, 500?
Yes.
And then they have a 5-5 game that I think is capped at 1,000, maybe 1,500.
1,500,
maybe 1,500.
Yeah.
And I said, and the 5-5 is time, where the 3-5 or 2-5 is rake.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this is a good opportunity, I think, because one of them is going to run and one of them's not. Like they're too similar. They compete too closely.
You're talking about 2-5 and 5-5?
Yes.
Yeah. I just think it's like unlikely that you populate your room with multiple tables of each. You may end up with like one of each. You may end up with like one or two of each, whatever. But I said it's a good time to like play with introducing an ante to smaller stake games. So anything that has time, basically any game that you run that has time, I think should just auto have an ante.
I like that.
And like if it doesn't get off, then that's the population speaking, saying like we don't want to play with an ante. But
can you describe how that works, Matt? The ante?
It's just a big blind ante.
Okay.
Same as MTTs.
So you're putting in 2 big blinds.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But
there's
you should think
2.5 bigs of dead money in the pot.
One big blind goes dead in the middle, and then you have your big blind.
Yeah. Yeah. You shouldn't. When you're in the big blind, you obviously don't think of it as
2 big blinds.
You're invested for 2 blinds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the functionality behind it. Yeah, I think that is a very positive step across like Vegas specifically. I think this is the place to start to implement these types of things because
with timed rake or untimed rake?
Timed rake.
I think you just start with the timed games. The timed games are always going to be the ones that get a little bit more leeway, a little bit more ability. Like they'll be the ones that are doing double board bomb pots at every half in order to pay the time.
So 2-5 is going to stay 2-5, but it's 5-10 plus.
Yeah, but it's also 100 big blind cap. So anybody who wants to play a little bit deeper is going to move, and also anybody who's rake aware
Yeah.
We'll jump to the 5-5 because the stakes aren't any different. Just the game format is different.
Yeah, you have to play a little bit wider.
Yeah, but even if people don't know that,
they'll eventually find out.
Right.
It's not even a bad thing.
No, of course not. I guess what I'm saying, like, even if people don't know that they're meant to play wider, that's okay too. They don't get punished that badly. Like, yes, they absolutely get punished, but it's pretty fractional when it's all said and done. You know, like if you have somebody playing too tight in an ante game, like we as pros, we love to just be like, oh my God, like chomping at the bit. Like, yo, that fucking nit is in an ante game now. We're going to punish him. But it's like, well,
you don't win that much.
It's only 2.5 blinds per orbit, and he's still playing hands. Yeah. And more importantly, he's winning most of the hands he plays because he's so goddamn tight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Sounds so it's like a winning strategy to me.
Yeah, well, it's not a winning strategy. Like, again, you have to bring everything back to win rate, right? Like, if a guy is losing in the game, like if he's losing in a non-ante game, he's certainly losing more in an ante game. Mm-hmm. But maybe it kind of neutralizes because everybody else is playing a little bit wider and his ranges remain unchanged.
Yeah.
So he loses a lot of the EV in the preflop node, but maybe gains a lot back in the river node.
Yeah, as somebody that plays like a decent amount of casts, whatever, in Vegas, I think something needs to change. As in, like, it needs more action. It needs to get more fun. It needs to be, I don't know. These goddamn nits ruin the game.
Well, I'll say this.
I was gonna say I love 100 big blinds.
I mean, that's because I
come from online. I get it.
No, that's not why. It's because you have a baked-in strategy.
Okay.
And actually, like, shout out to the commenter who posted this, but I saw in the episode where we went over the last hand that you did. It was the flush, right?
Where I just called
Queen three clubs. Yeah.
Somebody wrote like a very lengthy comment. It was a bit of a dig at me, but it doesn't matter. It was actually still good advice. And believe it or not, in spite of the way that, you know, I may present my strategy, I actually very much agree with what he was saying. And effectively what he was saying is, and this goes across the board, the reason why people don't split their flop sizes is because it makes it a lot more tedious and forces a lot more freestyling in game, right? So like when you arrive at a flop, if you have multiple choices between 2 bet sizes and a check, then you need to be doing something to decipher what's going to lean you one way or the other, or you just always need to be randomizing. But in any event, like you're doing something to cause the action to enter the node, right? If you simplify and you only have a single sizing strategy mixed with checking on certain textures, you can just memorize, right? You can just memorize the global frequencies. And what he was basically saying is like, from every hand that you seem to present from in the muck, it appears that from the very first node past preflop, which you clearly like know very deeply, every node thereafter from flop on, you are basically freestyling between whatever the 2 options are that you give yourself, the size and the check. You're just kind of like freestyling it, like the Queen 3, like we're like, oh, this makes for a pretty nice check raise. You're like, yeah, but I chose call this time. And it's like, but nothing drove that decision. You know, it was just something you felt in the moment, and that's okay. But his broader point, I believe, is that when you have a prefixed flop strategy, the way you play preflop, where you have very little brain power and very quick decisions, carries over. Right now, the next node is also solved for you because it can all be, especially at 100 big blinds, just memorized blanketedly. I don't have that luxury because I'm playing I could be playing a single raise pot where the SPR is 7, or I could be playing a single raise pot where the SPR is 70.
Right.
And it's impossible to just have like a prefix strategy there. So what I find is in deeper games,
your preflop ranges are changing a lot based on what's the word I'm looking for? The effective stack, right? Because you're playing with people who are playing kind of short or super deep.
The easiest way for me to describe it is if I were playing in a fixed environment like online with 100 big blinds, I would have a pre-baked preflop strategy and a pre-baked flop strategy. So those would just be autopiloted every time. And, you know, maybe I use a randomizer, maybe I don't for my mixed candidates, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be negligible either way. And then from there on forward, the shape of the spot is going to become relatively clear to the point where there isn't a whole lot of options, right? You're mostly just going to have one size or a check, and your hands are going to start to to partition themselves because the SPR is getting a lot smaller. When I'm playing live uncapped, I'm basically freestyling from the second my 2 cards are dealt to me. And it's not without guidance. I still have the framework of what I've studied. It's just I'm not concerned any longer with any level of decision fatigue or precision. So I don't care about nailing the specific frequency for my candidate. I only care about hitting my global frequencies. And that's truly where it ends, right? Like, I just don't want to range bet a spot that's only a 60% C bet. I don't want to range check in a spot where I'm supposed to be C betting 20% of the time. Those are the only things that I really fucking care about. And the biggest reason is because I'm juggling the addition and subtraction of my pre-flop candidates, right? Like, if I have a super soft left, my range is suddenly a lot wider than it would be in the exact same dynamic with a tough left. If we're all incredibly deep, maybe I'm a little bit tighter. If we're all incredibly shallow, maybe I'm playing like 100 big blinds correct. But if we're all incredibly deep and I think they're weak, now maybe I'm a lot wider. Basically, there's a lot of variables that are changing. And the second that you apply some small change, even at the decision tree or at the entry node of preflop, everything there cascades, right? Like, now your post-flop strategy is always going to be different. And you're also facing like a bunch of different formations. I might open under the gun 1 and get called by under the gun 2. Like, that's just not really a spot you're going to have a memorized strategy for. You know, you have to kind of simplify. But I did think that his comment was...
Because I've heard this said a few times now in the last couple of weeks. When you say global frequency, I got to be honest, I don't know what that means exactly.
What your range wants to do in that spot? Like, say you check 40%, bet 60.
Right. When you look at a solve and you just look in the upper right-hand corner and you have a betting frequency, a checking frequency, that's your global frequency.
So
right?
Isn't that encompassing your entire range, though?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, that's the way you should be making decisions, right? You should be...
Well, you should be thinking about your hand and what the range wants to do as well, right?
Start with range.
Start with range, yeah.
Start with range, not with your specific hand.
Correct.
Yeah, I think the way that the learning curve tends to go is learn how to play your hand well and deal with being exploited in return. Then understand how ranges work. Learn how to play your range well. Then adjust and learn how to play against your opponent's range well. And then finally come full circle and learn how to play your hand versus your opponent's range. Like, once you reach some level of, I don't even think mastery is the right word, but once you reach some level of
competence,
yeah, like high level competence, that you understand the shape of your opponent's range incredibly well, you don't really need to worry too much about the shape of your overall range, because all of that now is kind of like baked in from the work that you've done. If you go through that stepping process of, I'm going to learn how to play my hand of poker here for max value, and realize that I'm being exploited when I do it, because I have to be. I'm not thinking about any other hand in my range. I'm going to be obvious. I'm going to be face up in a lot of spots, right? Then once you start to understand theory a little bit better, you start to build a lot of principles out. You start to think about range versus range, right? You start with your own range first and foremost. You don't care about what they have. You just try to figure out, like, oh, according to this board, this bet size will make this portion of their range indifferent, middle pair or whatever. Like, and you learn from that and you build upon that. Then you get to a degree where it's like, okay, well, now I can start thinking about the formation, and because everybody should be playing ranges that somewhat replicate what we see in theory. And we can start to look and we can start to disqualify a lot of things, like, oh, well, he doesn't have ace king here because he would have 3-bet it pre. He doesn't have aces or kings. He would have 3-bet those pre, right? So we start to trim down what's actually available to them. And now we can start to play our range. Like, how does our range want to take advantage of what the shape of their range is? Either by conditioning them to, or I shouldn't even say conditioning them, because now we're deviating off into exploits, but more so like, what does our range want to do versus different subsections of their range? Like, how do we make different portions of their range indifferent, right? And what portion of our range most benefits from that level of indifference? And then finally, when you come full circle, you just say, okay, I got it now. Now I want to do what my hand wants to do to target those different points of indifference within their range, right? And that's like when you get to a degree where your opponents are mostly going to be handcuffed to playing defense against you. But a way to fast track that is obviously to just understand how to advance your range to the turn without much thought, right? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we have somebody in.
Hello.
We have a caller.
I'm scared.
What are you doing?
We're getting it. 1 second.
Look at that caller that we have.
Wow.
Jenna.
What's going on?
What's
Wow.
poppin', Jenna? How are you doing?
She saved the show.
I just got the link. I thought it was spam, but I clicked it.
God damn it.
Hold on 1 second. Berkey,
Yeah.
how do you feel about chaperone?
We led off the show with this, Jenna. You weren't watching, obviously. I played.
I mean, I'm busy.
Well, you're not that busy.
Did you see this pizza? Oh,
Blurry piece.
Can you say the
what
name
is
again?
this? Why is it blurry?
Can you say the name again? Who is it? Chapel?
Chaperone.
Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate you.
We live?
We are
live.
We're live, Jenna.
I look why do I look cross-eyed? I'm not cross-eyed, I promise. I'm straight.
Your hair looks great.
Your
Jenna.
hair does look fantastic.
Jenna, do you have any questions
Don't
for
I look
Landon or Berkey?
fantastic? Hold on. Baby, I just want you. I love that song. What are you guys doing? What's going on?
We're just hanging out, Jenna.
You know, we're in the after dark slot. We miss you here.
Why aren't you here? You should have came in.
It was like not a good. Why is there a Zoom link happening? Are you that bored?
We were doing a call-in show. The plan was to do a call-in show, and our viewers have let us down. So now we're reaching out to friends and family.
Okay.
It's a real low
Can you
moment.
figure out why is this happening?
Why is what? Oh, it's blurring the background. Well, now I don't know what the fuck is going on.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Wow.
Where are you?
Wow, you just live life. You're just somewhere else every 15 minutes. Wait, ain't I supposed to have your puppy?
No, 2 weeks to get him.
Oh, okay. All right,
He's with me, or he's with Nikki right now.
Is he?
Okay.
Is he? Hold on. Is he neutered?
Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want Pip. I don't want Pip
Wow.
pumping out half Rottweiler, half Golden Doodles.
That would be
Oh
like
my
one of the
God.
prettiest puppies ever.
I don't know that it would.
That would be amazing.
I you know,
I can't lie.
I'm not so sure.
Pip has a couple baby daddies ready.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Newt's one.
No, we're not.
I mean, Bruce would love to be a dad. He's a very great dog. And it's crazy, so maybe they could have something a little tamed down.
Okay, I don't. I mean, my puppy is not even a year yet. Let's not turn her into a mom.
She's gonna get there at some point.
She's an unfit mother. That's abundantly clear.
So, Jenna, I have a question for you.
What?
When are you going to get Landon's license?
He has money, so that's a big help.
That was never a problem.
I love money.
We love money. I'm just kidding. He's always
Love
had money.
licenses.
He actually has drive now, though, and that's a big deal. He
Right.
has drive to drive.
So you
Right.
think he has a
That's
chance
gonna
to get his license within the next year?
Do you want to bet on it?
Well, I mean, you're the one that does everything for him, so no.
I mean,
I kind of
is there
want to bet
money
on
on
it.
the
I would kind of like to bet on it.
A
year is too
over
long,
under
but
6 months.
I will take the over on 6 months.
Okay, I'll take the under.
Okay.
Okay.
Echo and Rig. Loser pays.
Just the two of us?
No, we're all coming.
No, that's way too cheap. No, these idiots all get the free roll to bet. So that way Landon's not incentivized because he's getting free steak either way.
Well,
so
I'll put a
good.
leash on him and get him there if it gets me a free steak. You know that.
We'll go after midnight so you save a little money.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Nobody's going after midnight.
You're thinking
They're
ribs and
close.
rye, honey. Get your
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
steakhouse
right.
straight.
Sorry.
Get your place.
It's not like he's local here or anything.
He's never lived here.
It's fine. Not all of us get to go out as often. Got humans here that I need to talk to. So,
Okay, thanks, Jenna. We appreciate you
talk to
calling
you
in.
guys.
We
Let's get
love
that
you,
license
Jenna.
going, and I'm looking forward to Portobello fries on Burke. Not literally on you, but on your tab.
You've
Jenna.
exposed a lot of kinks this episode, Jenna. I gotta
Tell
tell
you
you.
later, suckers.
Okay, so today is August 24th. Is that correct?
23rd.
23rd. Okay, so we have until what? May, March, June, April.
September, October, November,
you, thank
December, January, February
Okay,
23rd.
February 23rd. All right.
My Mama Joe's birthday comes up.
You guys all heard it here first. This is on air. Put it in the books. What?
Botez did tweet it was endgame talent. Haha, I was right. ACR hasn't paid out dozens of creators for sponsored streams. ACR contracted endgame talent and blames them for ripping them off. Well, that complicates things. I spoke with ACR CEO Nagy, who promised to make things right, but instead got ghosted. Not trustworthy. Womp, womp, womp. Cue the
I
music.
couldn't imagine them wanting to do that. It doesn't make any sense
Poor
to me,
form.
Man, I hope it becomes a documentary when all of this stuff like actually finally unravels.
All of the stuff.
There's just like so many like tentacles that all intertwine with one another. You know, the Scott Balls and the Phil Nagy's and the fucking Chris Fitzgerald or Fitzpatrick's or whatever the fuck his name is. Like they're all intertwined and they're all doing this shady shit on the side.
I would actually wager a lot that it will never be tied together. Everything like. All these tentacles will never be able to tie together for a documentary. I can promise you
that there are dozens of people who can tell you that all three of those people I just named were in the same room in Costa Rica multiple times.
Yeah, no, of course. But I'm just meant like in the grand scheme of things.
In a nefarious way?
Yeah, like in the grand scheme of things, it's going to...
We'll see, man. Money talks, you know? It's,
True.
Doesn't sound like M-Game Talent's going to be paying the money anytime soon.
That's kind of... I mean, it's wild to think that, like...
I love how much drama the poker community has, you know?
The wild part is
every community has it. We're just fucking loud about it.
Yeah. It's
we're
like,
messy. We're messy Bessies, man. We just put this shit out there for like, you know what? I'm going to drop this on Twitter today. We're going to see what the reaction to that is.
It's like high school, but there's no campus. The campus is like the most.
No, it's not like high school because there's,
you know?
It's not like high school because there's always like hundreds of thousands of dollars involved.
Yeah, it's like if high schoolers like had money and like.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot more
freedom,
fights.
you know?
It's more like tech, I think. Except
tech's probably pretty silent.
Instead of it only being Elon who's just like unhinged and outing, it's the entire community.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that there's drama, you know?
It's special.
I find it very
special
weird
players.
that they're close, like let's say Endgame and ACR. Endgame goes down and then ACR doesn't make things right after he says he's going to. I find that quite interesting. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, Landy, how much of a bounty can I get if I get your 18K?
What 18K? Oh.
From Ignition?
Oh, shit, yeah. What if we just start getting bounty hunters?
If I can get your 18 dimes, what piece do I get, Landy?
What would it take for you to get it done?
Well, that's none of your business, you know?
You know a guy?
I know a guy.
We'll talk. If you can get me my money, we'll talk.
Well, you might as well say it on air because if anybody can get your money, he'll take it.
No. That's the thing. Like, he's gonna give Guapo more because like he's boys. You know, he might give him half, but like to the open public, it's only 25%.
For half, I will get your money tomorrow.
Fucking booked.
Not tomorrow, but I'll start harassing them.
Like I'll buy.
Harass who? Send emails to an anonymous customer support rep who's just gonna like ignore it.
Yes, right. Until it works.
Yeah, but it won't work.
You never know.
Hello, I'm Conrad Simpson in representation of Landon Tice. Yeah, into the spam folder.
Pay us money.
In the trash folder every day. Here comes Conrad's regularly scheduled message.
Well, they're gonna see it every day until they hit the ignore.
Ignore contact.
Nobody wants that. All right. Any?
Who do you know, Guapo?
Listen,
he's been in Vegas a long time.
Give me
bro.
5 dimes and I'll give you 13. How's that sound?
I mean, that's a nice exchange.
At this point, sure, man.
Yeah. All right, sold.
You could have got half. What's wrong with you? He literally set you up for half, Guapo.
No, just make my day,
let Guapo cook. All right.
What? Short yourself.
He's over there. He's over there. He's like. God, his ass.
I hope he says he's gonna talk to Nikki about it because I already talked to Nikki and she couldn't do anything about it.
Not
Jesus,
Nikki.
Landon,
that's not the path.
He's trying to say he has somebody that cuts fingers.
Gonna go strong arm somebody and kick the shit out.
He's lived in Vegas a long time. He's gonna go find.
I just want my money, man.
I mean, you're not getting it. So
that's what I'm saying.
You know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, cry.
Oh,
all right. We got another one on the line. I think I know who this one is.
Who's calling?
Scared.
Oh, you guys are in for a fucking treat.
I'm scared.
Who is this whippersnapper?
Hello.
Oh, Jace, what's popping?
Oh no! There he is.
What? Yeah, what's up? I don't see myself.
That's
I
okay.
See you, I guess.
You should be able to see us. I don't know if we have virtual cam running or not. We're doing a live call-in show. I thought, what better time to contact my oldest friend in the world than right now? How you doing, big guy?
There you are. Hey, good. How you doing? Oh, I lost you.
This is just the camera work, buddy. You just concentrate.
You're doing it good right now.
Jace,
It's gone.
We have a question for you. We have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you know about Chapel Roan?
About what?
Chapel Roan. Pink Pony Club. Nothing. You have a 13-year-old stepdaughter. Sorry, a daughter. Yeah, you've adopted her. My apologies.
Yeah.
You have a 13-year-old daughter, and you don't know anything about Chapel Roan.
No.
Oh my God.
I just learned who Sabrina Carpenter was.
Same vein. Go ask. Oh, actually, it's probably too late. She's probably dead asleep. But
That's a nice little bridge he's got there in the background.
You're goddamn right. That's the Clemente Bridge.
Wow, it's the same picture?
That's right. Sure is. Sure as shit is.
Yeah, this is a straight Yinzer room right here, Berkey. I don't know if you've been. No, you never been to my bar room.
No.
How did you not go to the bar room, Berkey?
Well, I haven't been to his house in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was staying a little bit further
You want me
away.
to see if Emma's still up and I'll ask her?
Yes.
'Cause I know she's up. Hey,
Absolutely.
Jenna, can you tell Emma to come here? Tell her to come down and see me.
Oh, yeah, it's Friday.
Uncle Matt wants to ask her a question.
It's Friday.
We're supposed to cheer tomorrow, but they just got canceled.
Why? Getting some rain.
There's no team for Knock High School, so they combined both like the varsity and JV, and because he just beat them like 42-0. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she's coming down.
Did you see Skeens pitching yesterday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 2-hit shutout.
Yeah.
6 innings strong.
Did you know that his numbers look exactly identical to Matt Harvey in his first 17 games? Like Matt Harvey's were a little bit better.
Matt Harvey was a fucking stud.
Yeah, they're exactly identical. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. You coming out here for the Steelers Raider game?
Yeah, Jen told me I'm allowed to.
Book your flight. I was
will.
just talking today about getting tickets. Book your flight.
Sweet, will do. I can do that.
Okay.
Is Emma coming?
In the meantime, do you have any Berkey stories for us? Anything that you know?
Oh man.
I'm so disappointed you're not drunk right now. I really thought I'd catch you.
Well, I'd have to be up tomorrow for like 8 o'clock for that football game, so I'm not. So
right.
that's why.
You're popping
I want
now.
to be able to be responsible for once.
Right. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I got kids to take care of too. I understand.
I'm right here.
I mean, you got to think, Matt Berkey used to drive everyone home from parties and stuff. So, like, he got to drive everyone's car. So he was like Uber before Uber was the thing.
Did you guys pay him?
He's actually right.
I forget what the one movie. It was a high school movie we used to watch, and it was like the dude was like Designated Dave, DD Dave.
Yeah. He was not cool. I was very cool.
True.
Tell him I was cool.
You were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamanna, not so much.
Don't you talk about our tortoise?
Yeah, don't do Tortuga like that.
No, that's all right.
Hey, I have a question for you. When you guys were drunk and you wanted food after being out at the bar all night, you were like, "Hey, take me to John Eagle." What was the treat that you always got?
It was toast. I'd call them Tostitos, Ketos, but they're not that because you proved that for me last weekend.
I was with you, man. I was with you all along.
Nah,
it's a Mandela effect.
We all thought it was Tostitos.
Yeah.
Like everybody that saw that.
Little known fact, Totinos.
Yeah.
Totinos.
The fuck is that? That's right.
Yeah. Blown. Like,
Tostitos.
Who would have thought? All right, hey, Emma's here.
Okay. Hello, Emma. How are you?
I'm great.
What do you know about Chapel Roan?
Everything. I love her.
Okay. Would you please educate your father on Pink Pony Club and get him involved?
Like, what do you mean? Just tell him about it?
Well, I mean, we got to make him TikTok famous. This is our opportunity. Okay. I saw a TikTok of the guys from Kiss 96 just screaming Pink Pony Club at the top of their lungs. I watched it on repeat.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the car tomorrow, we're going to listen to her.
Okay.
Oh,
can you please?
Look at this guy. Oh my God. Sorry, buddy.
What am I hearing? What's happening? Oh shit! It's Pynn. Oh my God.
Jace, how are you, buddy? I'm not worried about Berk. How are you?
Yo, you bald as a motherfucker.
Dude, hey, it's going, man. I got 2 kids, bro. That's what happened. Hey.
Is this a high school reunion right now?
No. Sean was my college roommate.
Okay.
For a brief period. All right, so here's the backstory on Sean. Jace, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you calling in, buddy. Thank you.
Later, Jace.
See you later, Jace.
Oh, wait, what I was going to say.
Oh, yes.
Emma, okay, what I need you to do is I need you to teach him the lyrics and then film him singing the chorus and then send that to me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Later, guys.
See you, Jace. All right.
guys.
All right, so we have Sean Pynn here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory of how he and I got close.
Okay.
It was basically the same way Conrad and I got close. We both found poker at about the same time, and this was literally 2003. So before you string me up by my fucking toenails, we didn't know any goddamn better. We split an account on Party Poker because we were poor, and you needed to deposit at least $50 back then. That was the minimum. We didn't have $50. But we had 25 each.
All right.
So we put in 25 each, and we would play $5 sit and goes. And we would just take turns and whatnot. All right. We run this account up. I run this account up.
It's a team effort, man.
Okay.
Someone had to lose the bad times.
Look, the first few times we ran it up, we ran it down, whatever. Okay. But fast forward, a couple of months right before spring training, I run this account up to $1,700 or something, right?
Wow.
I go to bed. Pynn's Pynn's like, I'm gonna play a few, right?
Now in your room, nonetheless.
Yeah,
I'm in your room.
Correct.
While you're sleeping.
In my bedroom. Because we're in college, he's in my fucking bedroom while I'm 20 feet away jerking off before bed. And he just has the glare of those old cubicle monitors, just blue as can fucking be. And I, just the party poker sounds, all the glory. He goes to bed, I go to bed, he's playing $5 sit and goes. Now he's entitled to $250 of this account. It's $1,500, something like that, right? They ran all the way up to $100 sit and goes back then. Okay. I wake up at 9 a.m. the next morning. He's still fucking right where I left him. And I go, how bad is it? He goes, it depends how this last 109 goes. So for the next, 2.5 months, I'm getting his work study stipend once a week to pay down the fucking party poker debt. And from that day forward, we started fucking off in baseball and just playing cards 24/7.
Like that.
That's all factual, and I did pay my debt.
He did pay his debt almost, not instantaneously, as quickly as you could. You also had curly fucking blonde hair back then. I haven't seen you in quite some time, bro.
Bro, last time I saw you was in the Berg, man. Last time we went to when we were there with LaManna was there. Yeah, that was with my little guy, man. It was
that was 2014.
Yeah, man. Ages ago. Dude, he was
10 years ago.
Because LaManna's parents were there with us.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Chico and Mary. Yeah, they were there.
Hell yeah.
You've been playing any cards lately? You were fucking sick. You had the disease so much worse than me, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm going on a cruise in a week, and I got to stay away from the casino, bro. Hey, they give me free cruises. They give me a free cruise every month.
Of course they do. I know how VIP services work.
Oh, yeah, man. I have racked that stuff up, baby.
Where's it coming? DraftKings?
What's that?
Where's it coming from? DraftKings?
We don't want to talk about DraftKings. Let's not talk about any of that stuff. So. Yeah, I figured I'd add some comic relief. So
no, we appreciate you, man. It was.
No, love you, man, and just stay gold. And you guys are doing a great job on the pod, man. I appreciate you guys. It's fun to watch you guys.
We appreciate you calling in, man. Tell the kids in Pola I said what's up.
Yeah, if they don't stab me first. So,
sure.
Yeah. See you, boys.
Later, brother.
Later.
Oh man, he just happened to randomly text me, not related to the pod at all, and I was like, "Sean should call in for sure."
That's perfect.
He was my second baseman. I guess it would have been. He's older than me. He's like a year older than me, but I swear to you, like, I'm not kidding. He transferred to Gannon. Like, baseball was his life. And it was at the exact same time the moneymaker boom hit. And very quickly, poker became
life.
Like, it's actually, I mean, it's great for him because he ended up marrying like his college sweetheart, and she's basically a fucking Olympian swimmer. Like, their babies are going to be athletes to Lord knows what degree.
Gotcha.
So everything panned out for him. But like, if you had to cherry pick out of me, him, and Lamanna, who would have like really enjoyed the ride of becoming a pro poker player the most,
it would have been him.
Without question. It would have been Sean. And like, he would have lived the fucking like true version of this. Like, there would have been no like, oh well, the EV of a high rate game versus no, none of that. He would have been doing like blow off strippers' asses. You know? like he would have just been doing it right.
So I'm the medium of Sean and the nerd.
Yeah.
The medium.
You're what it would look like if he had discovered poker in like 2015. You know, post Black Friday, things are a little bit tougher. You don't got a lot of room out there to just be like making it rain in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard.
True.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen those guys. I gotta do a better job.
You think he's hiding hair underneath there? Is that him?
So much hair. Yes. Where did you find this? This has to be 15 years old. Oh my god. Yeah, so he was a pro coach for quite some time. Post college. Still dabbling. Like, loved the sit and goes. Just real crack for sit and goes. I wonder if he started playing Blast yet. We should have told him about the new DraftKings launch. The what are they called?
It sounds like electronic poker or something like that. Electric poker. Electric poker, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Electrical. Yeah.
I don't think that's the. I'm guessing they have a little bit better marketing than that. A little stronger.
I would hope so.
I'm not entirely sure. Did you? Did we have somebody else in the pen? Or did he dip out?
We did.
We kept him waiting. Yeah, we kept him waiting quite a period of time.
Jamin, call us back.
Sorry about that, big guy.
We need you.
You know how it goes. You get pushed to the bottom.
Who even knows where he is? He's not even in the chat.
He's at the meetup game.
Oh,
I think. I would think so.
7:30.
Yeah, he's there. He's
laid up in the room right now, eating a steak
for sure. All right. Do we want to get to a potential in the muck call in?
Do we have one?
If we have one,
I don't know. Let's throw it out there to the people. If you guys have an in the muck that you want to submit to us right here, right now, live for all of the viewing audience to pick you apart on. I'm not making it sound very appealing.
Real quick, just to come back. What was the overall sentiment of that message that was written in the YouTube comments?
That
was he like pro?
He was basically just saying that like it's clear that you study, but not efficiently. Like you're not trained in your flop nodes, and I would tend to agree. Like I think that's where a lot of Landon's fake frustration comes from when he says like the "have we taught you nothing?" But for what it's worth, like from my perspective, I only see it as a problem because it means that your mind doesn't work in like simplification very well. Like it means that you're not accustomed to batching things and then just like sticking to the side and moving on. But the upside of that means that like you're genuinely curious and you want to know why things do what they do. So you're actually thinking in every spot, which is a good thing in my opinion. I think that whenever you're able to like kind of marry the two together, because I'm much more like you. I see every spot as a puzzle that I'm trying to not just put together, but put together as quickly as possible, right? So truthfully, like a lot of the inherently knowing what size a board texture takes, inherently knowing where the cutoff is for hands that you can value bet, where the proper bluff candidates are coming from, all that stuff, it can mostly be for especially like 100 big blind strict poker, it can be like rote memorization to some degree. The downside to that is then
I stop thinking.
Yeah, if you don't have any idea why you're memorizing what you're memorizing, then it's gonna be really hard to figure out what the fuck to do on the turn. You know, then you're just gonna be like, okay, flush card fell. Well, I got all the sizes to choose from again, and when I have a flush, I definitely want to do something different than when I have like one pair, and that becomes a little bit tricky. But I thought that his comment kind of illuminated both a lot of the traps and pitfalls that people fall into, but on the other side a lot of the ways that people fast track getting good. Because if you get pre-flop and flop right, it's really hard to be a losing player. You might not be great, but it's pretty fucking tough.
You're off to a pretty good start.
You'd be pretty good if you knew how to play pre-flop and flop perfectly.
Pretty good, right?
Like turn, you kind of know if you can bet a hand or not, and then or check, and then river, you just play the street of, can I bluff catch when he bets, or can I bet when he checks?
That's what I mean. Like, even if you played like heavily exploitatively on turns and rivers, where like when you bet, you tend to skew towards having it. I don't know that you're going to lose enough EV back that suddenly you start losing from like good pre and post flop play, or good pre and on the flop play.
I mean, you might be losing to the greatest players in the world, but you're not losing.
You're not playing them in 100 NL on WSOP.
You're really playing them anywhere.
Right. Well, that's because they don't exist, perhaps. Or
they're part of endgame talent.
I wasn't gonna go there, but all right.
Wow. Yeah, I guess Alex tweeted about it, but
he keeps going back. He's so in the fucking timeline right now.
Well, yeah. So Jamie Staples was saying that he thought that Endgame was probably in the wrong more than ACR here, and then Alex tweeted that it feels bad when ACR said that they're going to make the situation right and then doesn't. And Endgame also is saying that if anyone tries to sue them for like not paying, they're just going to declare bankruptcy.
Gotham Chess, another person says,
"Oh, Levy?
I also did 3 poker streams and never got paid for anything."
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. I thought I was the only one. Landon's about to start up
the fucking... Oh my god! I'm about to start up. I'm about to get the Avengers on the.
Is this breaking news?
I don't know if it's breaking news, but it's just now.
It's news.
It's pretty.
I'm gonna send you all these links so that you can share them with the audience. Guapo.
Seems like the end game for Scott Ball and the boys.
Well, I think
don't look good, cuz.
For what it's worth, I think that he's been buried in debt for quite some period of time. I don't know what's preventing him, honestly, from or endgame talent. I don't know what's preventing them from going bankrupt already. Maybe there's some
not getting sued apparently. Because everything was signed like contractually,
right?
With Ludwig, with the Botez, with Gotham Chess.
Yeah.
Like, these guys have like massive followings, and they're just like they can't say, "Hey, I signed something. I want to get my money." They're just gonna be like, "What money? We're bankrupt."
I can't wait till I start to get the.
It's kind of an unbelievable like scam.
I can't wait till. Well, it's genius. I mean, it's genius if you have like literally no soul, no. I mean, they probably wrote the contracts too, right? So I'm sure that there's some backdoor where they're not held accountable for the actual dollars, or if they are, that's the other thing. Like with LLCs, you're protected under the shell of the LLC. So like you personally can't get sued, the company gets sued, and you just fucking liquidate it. You're like, okay, I guess endgame talent doesn't exist anymore. Fuck it.
It's been liquidated.
Right.
So what you're saying is they can't go after his $20 million in cars?
I gotta tell you, I think they're a little late. They're a little late.
It don't look good, cuz.
It doesn't look good.
Love
You're gonna
drama.
have to hawk those World Series bracelets.
Love drama. Love poker.
I think the troubling thing with this is, and to be fair, like I don't really know enough to like point fingers or anything like that, but there is this whole aspect of Helmuth publicly vouched hard for this company. Well, no, for this company.
After one of his good friends called him out.
Exactly.
So it's kind of interesting.
Well, it's interesting in the sense that, like, look, companies fail all the time. Maybe it's just a byproduct of, like, they couldn't provide the services and they ultimately went under. Like, there's no shame in a company failing, I don't think. But it becomes something totally different if the company is just, like, doing exactly what, like, Matisal was accusing them of, which was basically running a Ponzi of sorts where they're just, acquiring a bunch of money from marketers or whoever, investors, and then just, claiming illiquidity.
And then would you say that Helmuth was just trying to get paid in all of it?
No, I don't think so. I actually do genuinely believe Helmuth was invested, but I'm not positive about that. What I had heard, and this is just speculation because truthfully, I didn't even hear it from, I thought it was a very sound source at the time, but in hindsight, it was Alex Ding, so it's like, who knows the validity of it. But the way Alex framed it was that he got conned into investing way more than he probably should have, based off of being lied to about how much the other investors had up.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's even true because
What a storyline we have here, huh?
right, because Ding is also just like a long-term grifter.
Yeah, there's a
So
lot of
it's
stuff
like,
going
it's
on.
really just like Peter robbing Paul at this point.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, all of it. I'm not really.
I just really want to know how much money like Endgame kind of promised to all these different people,
Right.
just to be like, yo, like if you guys try to sue, like
that was what I. Well, no, he's not promising him anything.
Didn't Botez put an amount?
No, she didn't tweet how much.
But that's what I'm curious
What I'm
of.
saying is like they got offered an amount to do these streams,
Right.
which they signed.
Right.
So they already did the streams. The
Yeah,
streams
yeah,
are
yeah.
over.
Yeah, yes.
But now when it comes to, hey, like I'd like my money, please.
Right.
They're like, if you try to take your money and sue us, we're bankrupt.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because like a streamer as big as Ludwig, I can't imagine it's anything under
6 figures.
Yeah,
Probably
I guess.
fucking huge, man.
I guess it's huge. Like,
I mean, Endgame Talent hasn't tweeted in 2.5 years, so I would say they're all but cooked. But
this sounds right.
2.5 years of silence. Yeah,
I'm more curious, like as this starts to leak out, I'm curious what the total figure is.
Yeah, no, it's
Right,
that's what I was saying. It's like,
Right,
it's
but
probably
like, but I'm not saying just out. I want to know like the total pool, like
Yeah.
every dollar that wasn't distributed. Like, what does this amount to?
I mean, probably like $1 million.
Big number.
Maybe.
I mean, if there's more,
You want to know what's really funny though?
What I
didn't see any of these fucking campaigns when they were happening. I didn't see Ludwig streaming. I didn't see Botez.
I knew
didn't
Alex
see
was streaming
anybody.
actually. I knew Alex was streaming just because she was like, I think everyone had to tweet about it. Like I know Levy did some streams where he was like, it was like a home game.
I mean,
kind of
obviously,
thing.
I wasn't paying super close attention either.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm sure like everyone that was involved, like part of their deal was to like make a tweet.
I mean, if there's more, you know what's really funny?
We got
though?
someone in the
When
bullpen. What do we got
I
here?
didn't see any of these fucking campaigns when they were
We just hear
Oh, this is me. Dougan, you got him. Oh my God, it's Dougan. I'm getting all the people from Erie. Yo, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh my God, you guys don't even know. Dougan was a part of like the very first home game that I ever played in my entire life. We ran. Did you play? You played Greg's game, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I met you there at the Pinochle Club. By the way, the Pinochle Club is exactly what you think it is. just a bunch of restaurant owners raking the goddamn shit out of us, blowing smoke in our face, and threatening to cut our limbs off if we don't pay.
It sounds like every Turkish Greek club in North Jersey.
Yeah. Welcome to Erie, PA. How the fuck have you been, Dookie?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just wanted to call in and say hi. I haven't been a long time.
Man, you'd love to see it. Are you still in Erie?
Yes, sir.
What are you up to these days?
Got my own sports card company, actually, so things are going pretty good.
Oh, you're in the Blez space.
I am in that space. That's exactly what I do. Actually, the same thing.
Interesting. So you do like breaks and stuff?
Yep.
Anything that we could watch or shill for you?
If you search on YouTube for Cardboard Hobby,
Okay.
that's where all of our break videos are at and everything.
Okay.
I hope you're not working with Endgame Talent.
Has Scott Ball reached out to you?
Scott Ball's trying to get into the sports breaking industry.
We are cracking.
That's so good.
It's a good industry.
Are you playing cards anymore or no?
A little bit here or there. I'm not that good though.
He's playing sports cards. What do you mean?
Dugan, you were never that good.
Hey now.
You wore your hand. I mean, it was all over your face.
Hand on your sleeve.
Is he like Lamano when he gets kings?
Basketball matches, Burke?
I do very well. Those were good old days. That was back when I wasn't so stiff. Oh yeah, here we go. We got a little break. Look at this, the black.
That was from tonight.
Wow. Okay. You get anything good? Can you spoil this for us?
That one you might want to turn off now.
Okay. Blame Guapo, man. Blame
That's
Guapo.
so good.
Oh man. So what the fuck does Erie look like now? I haven't been up there in 15 years.
The winters aren't as bad anymore.
Okay. Global warming, shout out.
Shout out to global warming on that one. Yeah, no, it's still the same old Erie. Not much has changed.
Where do you play? Like Prescott or Pittsburgh, I guess?
Doesn't have a room anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, so quick funny story. I actually ran that poker room for about a year.
Sick.
And, yeah, that was fun. And then actually Tyler ended up running it after me.
I knew Tyler was working there. For everybody who's unsure, that's Tyler Geek in the chat, the most loyal our followers. Apologies to everybody else who thinks that it's them.
It's a toss-up between him and
EFro. EFro, sorry.
Yeah, don't forget about EFro.
I didn't want to forget EFro again. My apologies.
You do so much of this. Poor EFro.
I gotta give love to my fellow Pennsylvanians. You know? So no more Salamanca, no more Prescott Downs. What are you guys doing up there, man?
Well, pretty much have to go to Rivers down in Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's the
Jackson,
spot.
Cleveland's okay.
Yeah.
Or just fly out to just fly out to Vegas. That's probably the easiest route.
Have you been out here?
Many times.
Okay, what the fuck, man? I've been here for the whole time.
Well, mark it down. Me and Tyler are coming out in November.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go.
Absolutely perfect. You guys can hit me up. Bare minimum, I'll treat you to a nice free dinner at Bellagio.
All the eggs you can eat.
That's right, baby. All the egg whites that you guys can eat. And if you have some time, maybe we'll get you guys in studio.
That would be fantastic. We're coming out like the 16th to 21st or 22nd, something like that.
Okay, bring a fucking box. Let's break it on air.
Nice.
I'll ship some out. We'll have some fun.
Perfect. I love the sound of it. Well, Dougan, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, it's great calling in. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right, see you.
God, it's been so long.
Little high school reunion.
No, it's all college, but like same thing. College doesn't feel that long ago to me, but my God.
Well, Dougan, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, man.
Who do we got here now? What's going on here?
Yes, and Dougan.
Yeah, we got
yes,
it.
and Dougan.
Oh, all right, my bad.
So we got a hand history for In the Muck, but it seems like it's going to have to be another day.
Why? Is this elaborate?
It's long and there's a lot of fucking words. 5 pages on Google Docs to be exact.
Okay, we're not going to have Conrad. Sorry. I apologize, whoever sent that in.
It's one of EFro's or EFro's friend or something like that.
Okay, well, this is what EFro does, by the way. He frames it as one of his friends, and then he writes a novel about it, and it turns out to be from Positively 5th Street, written by James McMahon, and he just changes the name to, like... Eric Andre or something. We cannot have Conrad read 5 pages of anything on air.
No.
So we're gonna run this through ChatGPT.
Yep.
And we'll get it back to you maybe on Monday.
Sounds great.
Tuesday, perhaps. That'll be our homework for the weekend. But thank you, EFro, as always, for being a big contributor. We appreciate you.
Just another time you've showered EFro on air. My God.
What
are we going up to?
Can we not make this a bit?
Do we have you know what? In the back, I'm going to start putting a tally. Like an EFro Berkey tally.
You know what, Conrad? Good. As long as you start actively doing something for this podcast.
Oh, my God. Cry me a river.
I'm all on board, okay?
We're out of here.
I'm on board for it.
Tired of hearing this shit.
Thank you guys for joining us. Fuck you guys for not calling in.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
But we'll do this again in the future. Maybe a little bit less last minute, so you guys have a better chance
different
to
time
scramble.
slot as well, but yeah.
Yeah, the noon time slot's definitely going to do a lot better. Although you would think these fucking people would be at work.
I mean, it's Friday. No, they don't work.
You know what I mean? They're all like, well, we can't call. We're in a casino. What do you want from us?
The problem is, like, when they're at work is their ideal time. They use us to get through work.
That's true.
It's a lot. A lot of people told me that.
Oh man, John Munich goes, bro, got a whole ass new heart, and you spend every minute on air trying to break it. That's cold blooded, man.
Jeez.
That is cold blooded. EFro knows that I love him. All right, that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna be back Monday, I believe, back in the noontime slot. So we will see you guys all then. Thank you as always for tuning in.
Later, squad.
Peace.